Hello investors, I hope all of you had a great day on the market. The market was up a little bit today. I finished with a 0.8% loss. It wasn't a very big loss, but a loss anyway. Just had some stocks that didn't move and had a little bit of not good luck with some of the stocks that we had. Definitely some people were selling and doing some different things. But hey, don't feel bad for me. So far this year, I'm up 222.2% year to date. That is way above my 200% goal. Marching right along, and I'm hoping to pass my goal, which was to beat the best year I've ever had, which was 2019 at 232%. Well on my way to that. So I had a couple of sales I wanted to cover. One was ONCT. The reason why I sold it is because I saw a good price for it in pre-market, found someone who was willing to pay for it. Sold it for a 17% gain. I saw that profit, and over 3 days, 17% is pretty great. Also, there was news coming out, a press conference later in the day, and I don't like to hold through news. That's just something that I do. I just really don't like earnings reports, and I don't like a lot of news events because so many people sell the news, and so a lot of times I'm looking for a reason to get out. Also sold ASA. Sold ASA for a 5.5% gain. A good investment, definitely, for 3 days. So that was a really good swing trade and also a good insider. It was really good. I was pretty happy with it. One of the reasons why I finished negative today was because I didn't have the best of days day trading. So I had a 9% loss today. I'm really glad that I only used 10% of my portfolio on a day like today because I missed out and they just didn't work out for me today. So today I day traded SNOA, ACHV, and HTBX. Unfortunately, I missed KODK, and I just kind of felt like it was done running and it just kept going. So if you were watching that today, boy, that was crazy. That was really neat to see that one move up like it has. I traded those three and had a 13% loss earlier in the day. So I decided to go safe and go into some funds. And so I day traded JNUG and JDST. Those are two gold funds. One's bullish and the other one's bearish. And I just went back and forth between the two of them and I just traded back and forth. So when I saw some of the things that I look for, then I bought. And when I saw 3 red bars, I sold out. And I just kept going back and forth from each one. I recouped 4% doing that. I did that this afternoon and it went pretty well. So I get asked a lot of questions. And today, I had quite a few people ask me why a margin account instead of a cash account. And the reason why with Webull, especially, that I have a margin account and on my Schwab account have a margin account isn't so that I can use the margin. And the whole thing is stocks are volatile enough, so I don't use that extra money that I have available for that. I just leave that alone. I don't want to pay interest on that. But I like to have a margin account because when I sell a stock, I can then reuse that money from that stock and put it on another one, so I'm able to turn stocks quickly. That's the reason why I have a margin account, is so that I don't have to deal with the settlement dates of a cash account. That's definitely something to think about. And then the other thing I got asked today, is Robinhood ever good to have as an investor? And Robinhood gets a lot of flack. But what I want to say is, yes, for certain people out there, Robinhood is perfect, and let me explain to you why I think it's a good broker to have if you're in this situation. If you have less than $2,000 total that you're investing, you won't be able to set up a margin account with most brokers. Since you're not able to do that, Robinhood is really good because Robinhood's cash accounts let you reinvest your money over and over and over again. So when you sell a stock, your money's available, you can buy another stock. So if you have less than $2,000 total invested, Robinhood's perfect. Now, their early market and aftermarket is extremely limited, so I highly recommend Webull over Robinhood, especially once you grow that account to over $2,000. Getting a margin account, I think, is the way to go. And the reason why is because you can trade as early as 3 o'clock in the morning Central Time and as late as 7 p.m. at night Central Time. I like that because you can take advantage of other brokerages opening up. If you're looking for a powerful broker, I highly suggest you look at the link we have down below for Webull. Webull has powerful tools, and also you get a free stock when you sign up and you get another free stock when you deposit money. It's a great broker to have and a very powerful broker. I just kind of wanted to talk about that. Poor Robinhood, they get so much flack, but there are times to have it, that's for sure. If you are looking for a good group and or you've been investing for a long time and you haven't been successful, or if you are brand new and you're wanting a successful strategy and to be part of a group where we help each other, I highly recommend our Patreon group down below. It's a great group to be a part of. We're going on our second month. August should have a lot of great things in store. All right, let's get to this top 7 list because I have a lot of stocks to talk about. I'm in 10 different stocks right now in my Catalyst portfolio. So I'm gonna do the top 7 plus 3. So plus 3, the first one is LPCN. So LPCN didn't have that great a day today. It finished 1.32% down, but they have a PDUFA date coming up, August 28th, and it's for a testosterone replacement therapy drug, and I think LPCN will really run later on. I'm already nicely up in it, a little over 10% total since I recommended it for this list. And I've been kind of loading up on dips and everything, but the reason why it's not in the top 7 is just because it is all the way till August 28th, so we definitely have some time for that run up to happen. Plus 2 is Levi. Levi has been a great stock. The director bought 2 different times on 2 different days, and I found that to be extremely bullish. And also that director paid exactly what me and you would pay, so that is very bullish. Also, I like Levi a lot. It's just kind of sitting on the outskirts. It's a very safe stock. So far, I'm right around break even on it because today it finished 1.99% down. But tomorrow it should bounce right back up, and it tends to do really well for whatever reason on down market days. When market days are up, it seems not to do that great. Plus 1 is gonna be T. So AT&T had a $3 million insider buy by a director. I found that very bullish because that's a lot of money, and also we're not anywhere close to a dividend payout time. It's not like that director bought shares to get the dividend, and so obviously thinks it's a really good value, and I don't really think it should be under 30 bucks. I think that is way too low for it. Typically T ranges anywhere between $30 and $40. I do think it's time for it to break that, but it's been like that for about 10 years. So it's got a 7% yield right now, and I own it on my dividend portfolio, but I've also added it to Catalyst portfolio because of that bullish insider activity. Let's get to the top 7 now. So pick number 7 is TTOO. TTOO has so many catalysts that could hit it and send it into orbit. This is just kind of a lottery pick for me. I'm just holding it, and I've been holding it for quite a while, and I'm expecting a big run at some point, and I think there's lots of room to run, and I'm also expecting a great earnings report. That is one thing I think TTOO is going to bring. That's a good one to own. Number 6 is VSAT. VSAT. So VSAT finished just barely up today, 0.75%, but it had a $100 million insider buy by the Bopest Group. They're a 10% owner. I like this transaction very much because typically when you see a 10% owner go into a stock, it's not the only one. You see that owner go in over and over again and do multiple buys. So number 6, VSAT, I think is really great. Number 5 is FENC. This did not have the greatest of days today, but it has an August 10th PDUFA date coming up, and I'm expecting it to run. I really think next week is going to be its week, and maybe towards the end of this week, but it's going to run, it's going to happen. This stock is way undervalued, and so I think it should really climb. Number 4 is ACER. ACER had a good day today, finished up 4.16%, and I think it's just beginning. So it's really moving up, but the reason why it's moving up is because the president and CEO and the chief legal officer and 2 directors all bought shares, and they bought a lot of shares. They didn't buy just a little bit. I think the ACER is a great stock to have. Number 3 is SREV. This is brand new to the list, and SREV had a very good day today, finished 6.58% up, but you are still in the early stages. Today, they had an earnings report due, and they beat their revenue and beat their EPS, and also they had insider activity yesterday. So that seems to be a really good stock. I think SREV is really going to move up. Anytime you see insider activity right before an earnings report is very great. The level 2 on this looks very bullish also. So I think that this stock is really going to climb tomorrow. This would be a great one to get into. All right, number 2, and this one's been on the list forever and up in it over 30%. So it just continues to do well. That is TRVN, has a PDUFA date of next Friday, August 7th. It's coming right up, and that run up has definitely been happening, and I think it is not done, but it's definitely undervalued, and I think there's lots of room for it to run. So TRVN is good. And number 1, this is brand new on the list, but is PSTI. PSTI was up today 5.88%. It reported insider activity last night, And then today in aftermarket, right before this video happened, they reported insider activity again. So Clover Wolf Capital is buying up shares, and they are buying up so many shares that you need to get into this thing because, man, it's really gonna move. I think that this stock can really fly. So far, $1.6 million worth from Clover Wolf Capital, so I think it's going to be a very good insider. I do a lot of work for this list, so if you could do me a huge favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you could share this video with your friends, I would appreciate that. Also, if you're seeing this and you're like, who is this guy talking about stocks and you've never seen me before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you can get alerted once a new video comes out, so you can get the reasoning behind the picks. Also, I want to encourage you, if you are an investor and you are doing well with your investments at the end of the year, I like to give more than 10% back to make this world better. I think it will change the way that you trade, and it will change your focus, and the why is very important. I just want to encourage you that when you get to the end of the year, find that thing that you're passionate about and give back to your community. I enjoy talking with all of you each and every day. All the messages that I get, please keep those coming. I think they're wonderful. Also, all the Patreon members, thank you so much for being a part of the group. Let's have a fantastic day tomorrow, and Raythoven out.